We're live from Windsor Locks, Connecticut at the Bradley Bowl, here for the 9th time. And this is Jeff Mattingly out of Ukiah, California. Needs some help and needs it now. Goes wide on the Brooklyn, gets away with it. A lot of action.
Davey got a good break. He crossed over, but who can forget the courageous comeback that Jeff Mattingly had in the Greater Miami Open, where he threw the ball in the channel on the very first shot and got his act together and came on back. You can see the lucky shot he gets here, a crossover.
You talk about courage. I'll tell you about a young man, Danny Smith, a friend of mine out in Michigan, has just undergone his 32nd operation and has an attitude better than almost anybody I know. And he's getting well, and he's watching Pro Bowlers Tour every Saturday.
Good, David.
That is the first time that Mattingly has thrown one ball today that closely resembles what he was throwing last night.
Agreed. He was playing that inside line last night, but he opted to try the outside angle on the championship pair here, 27-28 in practice. He thought he had success with it. As we've seen, the players playing outside the first arrow, have struggled. Holman struggled a little bit. Bellinger was fortuitous, but he got by one match, then died in the second one.
Fortuitous?
I don't know what it means, but I think he was lucky. And now Pete Weber has got a chance to really open it up with a 42-pin lead with no strike.
You hear the chant, Pete, Pete, Pete. Sissy must have got you a dictionary for Christmas or something, didn't she? You've been reading through that thing?
Unabridged. It was very small, though.
Fortuitous.
Thanks, Prince. Weber has the right line. And the way to judge how to play the right line on a bowling lane, David, is you have to take a few test shots. See how your ball reacts for you. If you're missing left, move left. If you're missing right, move right. Adjust your speed and your equipment.
But you're telling me all the years that I've been doing this with you that you have to adjust during the match, too, because the lights and the changing conditions of the lane. So will he have to change a little?
Those are small adjustments, but the big decision whether to play inside the track area or outside the track area has to be made before you go in the championship round. There's an example, David, of what you just said. As the lanes dry up, the lane conditioner gets the lane gets hooking a little bit more. The lane conditioner leaves the lane, and the ball breaks quite a bit sharper. That time, young Weber thought he was solid in the pocket and almost went high.
Was he fortuitous in avoiding a split?
Oh, he got even luckier and got a strike if the forward fell into the 9.
Pete Weber. 41 pins in front of this man, Jeff Mattingly. Talk about paying your dues as an amateur. This man bowled in 5 leagues a week, starting at the age of 7 bowling career. Needs a strike desperately and gets it. Jeff Mattingly out of Ukiah, California, and Bo talked to him earlier today and asked him very frankly, what does the trip to the Firestone mean to you?
In '79, I finished 3rd in the Firestone. I felt I had a real good chance to win. I'd like to go back and give it another try because this year I don't want to have to ask somebody what it was like to be in the Firestone.
Sounds like a free commercial. He doesn't have to ask a friend about Firestone. If he can get his act together here, he can push young Weber and cut that lead of 31 down to 21 with one more strike.
Has to have it. Dead on the head pin. Dead on it. The last thing in the world he needed to stay competitive in this match.
Door open and closed on one shot, very similar to what happened to Holman. He gets close in the match, then a really bad break. Holman went off in the channel. Mattingly right through the heart for a 4-6 split.
I understand that we are having occasional transmission problems. That's not it there, but our crack technicians are working on it. The fault is not in your set. And the fault is not with Pete Weber today, I'll tell you that, leading by 45. You want to know what I'm impressed by right now? That the bowlers wait through that commercial break. And here's a 19-year-old young man who waits through that break, comes back, throws a strike. That tells me something, doesn't it?
You can't beat discipline and experience. Young Weber has kept his concentration together. He's found it in some of the other championship rounds. He's been red hot, such as in the Peoria True Value Open. He was red hot, then lost it. He said he just lost his concentration. He's kept it very well so far today.
That's his first really bad hit of the day.
Dave, he has to do what you were talking about. He has to make the adjustment on the lane. The left-hand lane apparently has dried out in the track area, or the worn area between the second and third area. The ball is breaking a little sharper than he wants it. He has to make a move left on the approach, farther left on the approach, and throw that ball a little more inside between the third and fourth arrow.
He has, in the past, had some trouble with spares.
Well, he said that was lack of concentration, but he's taken a little extra time today, and he's been perfect with the spares so far.
Perfect there. In the 8th, Pete Weber with a spare. He is leading Jeff Mattingly by 45 pins. Mattingly, it would seem, has to do it now or forget it. And he didn't do it.
Mattingly, with the best he can do with a conversion here, and strikes in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, a 4-bagger finish will be a 2-0-4 game as he cuts right through the heart, leaves the 3-6, the same spare that young Weber left in the 8th frame. Also, watch the difference in style. Mattingly, with not as much speed as young Weber, may have a little more trouble. Good shot.
I should mention, too, that the defending champion, Wayne Webb, finished 49th. And people say, where's Art Trask this week? Doing very well, thank you. He's a 3-time winner on the tour. He told me last night I just wasn't up psychologically this week. It's the week before Akron. And so it was kind of a down week for him. Earl Anthony is not competing this week.
And Trask got some money. I think he finished 38th place out of the 53 spots paid in the tournament.
Leaves the 10. Been several opportunities today for Jeff Mattingly to surge back into this match. But each time he's had that opportunity, he has not taken advantage of it. And Pete Weber is well in control, I would think.
Jeff just made a bad guess at the onset of the match. He missed 2 easy spares, which really started him in trouble, but then he played the wrong line to the pocket.
How important is this shot right here for Pete Weber?
Well, it's just a matter of keeping his concentration, I think, now, Dave. The best Jeff Mattingly can do is a 193, barring any complete failure by young Weber, such as a breaking leg or something. He's going to be well in the 200, so he's got the match in hand if he just completes the game.
What a way to complete it. A strike in the 9th. And once again, you hear the chant, Pete, Pete, Pete.
Pete, a possible 249 with 3 more strikes.
If you're wondering, Pete Weber is 5'7" and 135 pounds with lead weights and he slacks. Crossed over and got by with a